Okay, we're ready to go. So thank you very much, everybody. Welcome to the January 26th conference session. Tara, if you want to read the Open Public Meetings Act.
Sure. Adequate notice of this meeting as required by the Open Public Meetings Act was provided through the posting, mailing, and filing of the annual notice of regularly scheduled meetings of the Town Council on December 11, 2020. The notice was on that date posted on the bulletin board in the municipal building, provided to the Westfield Leader and the Star Ledger, and filed with the clerk of the Town of Westfield.
Hey, Mayor, we have a quorum. We're at the conference session. We haven't had one of these in a while, so we'll have these as needed, as we talked about. They were approved the entire year. So a little different than we've been doing it before, but we have event requests to hear tonight, which you've all had sent to you, and from various organizations, which is normal. Hopefully we can have all the events. Everything is, of course, COVID dependent, but we'll get to that in a minute. Just to go through the agenda real quick, which we normally do in the conference session. Under Finance Policy Committee, we have 7 resolutions to review tonight. First is a resolution authorizing CFO to refund Recreation Department fees, 2 fees being refunded there. Second is a resolution authorizing the CFO to draw a warrant for 4th quarter construction state permit fees for 2020. 3 is a resolution authorizing CFO to issue warrants for special district taxes. That's the first 2 payments of the year, February and May. We'll know the second half once we have the budgets adopted. Number 4 is similar, authorizing CFO to issue warrants for Union County open space taxes for 2021, first 2 quarters. 5 is a resolution authorizing CFO to draw warrants for overpaid taxes pursuant to Union County Tax Board, 6 property owners there. 6 is a resolution authorizing CFO to draw warrants for overpaid taxes for 2020, 5 property owners there. And number 7, CFO authorized to draw warrants for 2020 pursuant to Tax Board of New Jersey, 1 property owner there. So that's the finance matters for tonight, and there'll be a lot more matters to come once we get into the budget season, but that's pretty simple for tonight. Any questions on finance? No. Okay. Under Public Safety, Transportation, and Parking for Mike tonight, we have 1 resolution authorizing the purchase of a fire department vehicle. This is a replacement vehicle. Finally, Chief. Chief manages budget very well, so we're able to go back and you see in the resolution, we're actually hopefully or very nicely going to replace a vehicle that's been long overdue and charge it to 2020 and some other revenue that came in based upon the Chief's department earning that revenue through violations. So that's exciting for the department to get that vehicle replaced. That's under the Public Safety Committee tonight. We'll get back to an ordinance we're doing too in a minute. Under Code of Town Property, we have 2 resolutions tonight. One of them we're going to defer. I'll get back to that in a second. So the first one's a resolution to referring report and recommendations to the Planning Board for 417 Prospect Avenue to designate as historic. This is the Historic Preservation Commission had their meeting. They did a report. This homeowner, 417 Prospect, voluntarily approached the HPC to designate their home. HPC did the requisite paperwork and report, so that now the council hears it tonight, or excuse me, adopts a resolution to refer to the Planning Board. Planning Board is scheduled to hear on February 1st next week, and then it'll be back to the council to adopt as historic. So another nice opportunity, and someone came voluntarily to come forward, which is really nice. So the second resolution for the open air lot permit or license is going to be deferred just 2 weeks. We spoke to the owner of this property, a few more inspections to do, and some discussion with Don Salmon. So I talked to Mark Parmalee before the meeting. This is your committee, so we'll just defer that resolution for 2 more weeks, and I'll put it back on the agenda. So that's it under Code of Town Property. Under Public Works, we have 2 resolutions tonight. First is a resolution authorizing change order number 1 for 2020 leaf collection program. Various vendors as we wrapped up the season, some increases, some decreases on various uses. So that'll wrap up most of 2020 leaf collection program costs. And the second is for awarding a contract for the annual grinding of our brush pile at the center. Remember, we do award a contract to grind the brush, but of course, this is a product we end up selling and we end up making money on. So, and we'll have more to share at future meetings about how we ended up in 2020 and the great job that Public Works is doing with the Conservation Center. And we have an ordinance on second reading tonight at a Mike's committee. Ordinance to amend the code of the town of Westfield, chapter 16, Parks and Recreation. Oh, sorry, this is, go back to that a second. This is on first reading tonight, excuse me, under code of town property, ordinance number 2205. Ordinance to amend the code of the town of Westfield, chapter 16, Parks and Recreation, by changing certain fees in the memorial pool and by establishing new categories. So this is not membership fees. Membership fees are expected to stay the same for 21. This is strictly other miscellaneous fees, things like charges for swim team or swim lessons or other categories. So this is giving not to exceed prices on those categories, and the commission is able to set those fees at or under those numbers, or likely under those numbers for 2021. And this will, by having this streamlined quickly, will give them the opportunity to start marketing memberships in a matter of weeks from now to really push and get people to join the pool for hopefully another great season, even better than last year. You know, last year was a success despite the pandemic. Pool staff did a great job. Looking to push that this year, push memberships and really, you know, top the success we had and push it even more. So that's on first reading tonight. On second reading on the agenda, we have the bicycle board ordinance on second reading tonight, which that's under Mike's committee. So those are the legislative items for tonight. Any other questions or thoughts on those? Okay, now the exciting stuff, the event requests. So you saw in your package, we had a lot with the annual requests from all the organizations, Downtown Westfield Corporation, Chamber of Commerce, Baseball League, Neighborhood Council, Mr. Sam Tooley for his Light the Night run, the Westfield YMCA for their run. The Public Arts Commission has some new events they want to do this year. Greta's run. If you read the documents, first of all, there's no conflicts of dates, which is great. So all the events are, can go off on their own. Two, I've spoke to every one of these organizations. You've seen the emails I've sent to you. Everyone understands that any approvals we give is always contingent right now on COVID restrictions, what's allowed, what's not allowed, and we're going to be monitoring this. And everyone, as you saw in the responses, understands that. So we wanted to have this before you. We hope to have all the events get back to some normalcy, but we wanted to have a blanket approval if we can, so that the staff can work with the organizations if we're able to have these events based upon Governor Murphy's restrictions on the state to have some of these events or have some kind of other version of the events. The one event that's requested here that is not a physical event is Greta's Run. They've elected to keep their race virtual for a second year. They really had good success the first year, last year. So May 16th is their virtual race. But anyway, so those are the events. Any questions on those? I think we might have some people.
Jim, real quick, it's my understanding the Columbus Day celebration is a conflict with Festival. Is that accurate?
I didn't get a formal request for the Columbus Day celebration yet. We usually get that later in the year. And I'm sorry, it was conflict of what? Festival?
Festival, that's what I was told.
Well, Festival, if you saw the chamber's request, they're only requesting the farmers market. They like to discuss Festival. We're doing something different. So there is no date requested for Festival this time. They're only requesting the farmers market, but usually the Columbus Day request, if there is one, does come in later. I haven't got a formal request for that yet.
Okay, thanks.
Sure. Any other questions on events? And one thing I'll say, two things that I think are important to note in these requests. The Public Arts Commission they're not dates per se yet, but they're two new events, which again, do not impact our budget. A second, or I guess you say a third mural, I guess, under the Central Avenue Bridge is being planned. And also a photography exhibit at some point, maybe spring, summer, which is exciting. Again, all the funds that were raised through other fundraising will be used to pay those events, which is really nice. And the DWC's request, if you saw the request, a lot of stuff that we had to do last year, last minute and on the fly for COVID, they've included in the request, things like, the parklets and outdoor dining time frame. So I think we may have to revisit in the next number of meetings, the resolution you did, Tom, on behalf of, the council to extend various time frames for outdoor dining, liquor license extensions, whatever the state regulations are, to extend those to allow as much flexibility as we can for restaurants and businesses in the downtown. But you'll see in the DWC's request, things like parklets, retail on the sidewalk, beyond sidewalk sale days, outdoor dining timeframes, open Quimby, all the things we did last year, trying to extend those and start those up right from the beginning. So I think that's important to have that blanket approval and give Bob Zuckerman and the staff the ability to move forward that as soon as we can. Thoughts, questions? I'm talking. Okay. So those are the event requests. I think they're all, again, what I would do is the letter would go out as normal with the caveats about COVID. The normal requirements for insurance and home harmless still apply. And then we have all that ready to go. And then we'd be in touch with each organization as things came up. Really the first events that are on the list, I think the baseball parade is April 10th proposed. I spoke to trying to blank on his name right now, but you know, they're fully aware that they have to be canceled, but we're hoping to have that. Other events in March as well. And the one thing in March was on the DWC's request, a lighting installation in March as well. So we're hoping to have that. So a lot of exciting stuff. Hopefully we can have them all. But unless there's any other concerns, you know, I can be authorized to write the letters to approve those with the caveats for COVID. We're looking to see just in the audience if we might have some members of those organizations. I see Mary Withers. I see Jean Giannotti here. Carol Mercer. So looks like everyone's got approval. So thank you for attending, everybody. And any other questions from anyone on council?
No, let's hope they happen.
Yeah, hope they happen. You're right. Hope they don't happen.
Jim, real quick, thanks again for everyone restoring the conference session, but could you give an update on what's going on at Brightwood Park? Got people for bike trails there, against bike trails there, and there needs to be more communication from the mayor regarding what the latest is as far as moving forward there.
Basically, as far as I know, we're waiting for the final DEP information and updates from them, and that'll be something the commission takes up. So really nothing has progressed. DEP has been very slow. We had multiple things pending with them right now. And so that's something the commission will take up hopefully very soon. We've actually, Chris Macklin and I have spoken to DEP on various fronts. We have information pending with them on Tamaqua, on Edison School and Brightwood. We've actually talked to them as recently as a week or two ago to push them along. So once we have some more information, then that'll be something that comes to the commission and ultimately the council.
Okay. So we haven't got any updates from the DEP either way yet?
There's been some discussion, but no official determinations on anything yet, no. And also now we're including Green Acres as well. Green Acres is involved in some of these things too. So like, if you remember, we discussed last year at Brightwood, in addition to DEP, there are issues about change of use for Green Acres that might be in play. So that's another step in the process that we have to go through that. So again, there'll be updates on that with the commission and the council probably in the next coming weeks or months.
Thanks, Jim.
Yeah, sure. Anyone else? So we have done this in a while, but the open discussion by citizens, which is at the end here. So if anyone would like to be heard, you have 3 minutes to be heard. If you want to raise your hand virtually, we can call upon you.
Jim, I'm sorry, before we go to the public, any updates from Union County on vaccinations and increasing the flows of people who can get through? I've had a couple of emails today, just wondering if there's any new news that we could share.
The mayor will be sharing something tonight, obviously, but again, it's a very touch and go. The mayor, myself, and Megan talk pretty much multiple times a day. We're trying to do everything we can. Of course, the county is running this program. For every county is kind of running the programs. It's the supply is not meeting the demand right now, which everybody knows. So I don't know, Mayor, you might have something to share in your comments tonight, but we're working on it as hard as we can. But we have so little control right now. We are trying to work with Megan's department to see if we can have a little more control about administering vaccines on our own, but we don't have information on that just yet.
Okay.
But until she can ensure that we could get the supply it doesn't make sense to develop infrastructure in town if we're not going to get access to doses. But I just saw the feds buying another 200 million doses so that everybody will be vaccinated by the end of the summer. So I don't know what that'll do. I think the feeling for the people I've spoken to, in the next 2 weeks or so, things should start like loosening up a little bit. And in terms of, getting it through the supply chain. But yeah, clearly the demand and supply are not in sync.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it's frustrating, Linda, and I know our employees a lot of employees have started getting vaccinated. Many have been in the departments that can get vaccinated, fire, police, Board of Health, but we have other employees that are interested in getting it as well. And of course, we're all in a waiting game right now. So, but yeah, hopefully we can bring Megan in when the time is right to have her make an update at a council meeting or before. So,
Okay. And then I just wanted to let everybody know that we're doing our public meeting on Thursday night to talk about the, how the budget, how we turned out against our budget for 2020. So we're not meeting in the community room. We will meet by Zoom, and the information should be on the website about how you log in if you'd like to join that meeting. We'll do it, in a typical fashion, just by PowerPoint presentation, and we invite all residents to come in, and we'll walk through how we did against the budget, and then talk a bit about what we're seeing so far for this coming year, and take any questions or any feedback that people would like to provide to us as we start the process officially on Saturday morning. Budget press. It's budget time. So.
okay.
As good as one time.
Yeah. Anyone in the audience like to be heard tonight? Raise your hand virtually. We can call upon you. Give you a minute, see if everyone's out there. No one wants to be heard. Okay. All right. I guess we can close the public hearing portion. And I guess if there's anything else, we can ask for an adjournment of this meeting.
So moved.
So move. Second.
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. This meeting is adjourned. We will reconvene at 8 o'clock.
Okay,
Yeah.
bye.
Same link. Same link.
Okay.
Okay.
I was wondering. Thank
See
you.
ya, thanks.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, everybody.